Friday. Happy holidays to every single Muslim faithful, every single Muslim Women Radio family member, Daily News Review family member. We wish you a very, very, very merry Eid Mubarak. Is that right? I'm so sorry if I'm murdering the right way to say it, but Eid Mubarak to you.
It's Eid
I said
al-Fitr.
Eid al-Fitr. God, I beg.
Eid al-Fitr.
Because I said a very merry. Okay, Eid al-Fitr to our Muslim faithfuls, to our Muslim family members. We cherish you. We hope that you are taking advantage of this really long weekend that you're having. Wow. Some of us are still looking for whether there'll be holiday on Monday. Don't mind me. I'm working. Don't follow my way. But yeah, welcome to Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. Today is Friday, the 20th of March, 2026. Like play. We are rounding off the month of March, considering that we just started it. So time is running. But you're welcome to the Daily News Review program, where we run through the headlines and then slide right into tackling the ones that caught our eye with our analyst who's here bright and early. Adeton Adebogun this morning. My name is Fumi Bangala, and with me is none other than
Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Good morning, family. I hope that you're all doing great, and of course, we're enjoying the holiday, and hopefully, we get to see plenty colors. Because I know if it was in Ariwa, that's in the north now. Before 12 p.m., you start seeing, the whole streets become colorful. Children, walking, just going from one place to another in their beautiful dresses, and all. And this morning I'm waking up, I was telling my husband that it can't be like there's nothing there happen for you. He said, just calm down, maybe later. Because where we're coming from,
God, I beg.
before you know what's happening, you're already seeing everywhere being colorful. Even at that yesterday, some people still celebrated it yesterday. So yeah.
Somebody celebrated it yesterday.
Yeah. Not like in full-fledged though, but you could see that there was something going on. That's in the north though, not around here.
Yeah, but the Sultan of Sokoto said today was Eid now. I know I read that. So is that if they're celebrating?
Doesn't mean that you will not do Christmas Eve now, even if it's tomorrow is Christmas. Abby?
Oh, but they were still fasting.
Do you get? Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
Oh, celebrating like so Eid al-Fitr. Eve, like what we say. Okay, I get it now. See, okay, let's get into the headlines this morning. We're gonna just run through them and then talk with our analyst who's here. Punch newspaper 2027 government poll: succession firestorm heats up in 10 states. I thought this was an interesting read when I saw it, because most of the governors are rounding up their second term. So it's not like most of them are rounding up their second term, like Lagos State. I think Ogun State. I'm not sure. There was a list of it. And what was interesting for me was seeing Lagos State one. They said since 1999, Lagos State has been ruled by the Tinubu. They call it the Tinubu party or something like that. And I thought it was really, really funny. But by next year now we'll see, because right now we don't even know who. Typically we would have known who will take over from Sanwo-Olu, but nobody really knows who's taking over from anyone. So let's just see. God will help us in this country. Next up in the Punch newspaper, we have AGC blast Tinubu over Nigeria's global terrorism index. They are doing the work of the opposition. Carry go.
All right, on the Guardian newspaper, petition against poor treatment of Nigerians seeking Italian visa under parliamentary review. Another one says, House warns of imminent fuel price hike and scarcity.
Yeah,
different from the one that we're facing now.
Yeah, because the Iran-Israeli America war is getting out of hand. And interestingly, this morning the UN, maybe last night, had said, you know what? Oh yeah, you don't do like these fights. People are fighting in, like, the war has to end now. I don't know if you saw the news that the Qatar gas plant was bombed, so they are now doing first to do no they pain, because Qatar was taking the side of Iran. I think Israel then bombed Qatar's gas plant. So what I was seeing was that it's possible that there will now be increase in price because Qatar is the one that supplies the world most of the gas.
Yeah.
So we're just seeing. So it's not like boom, 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 fight to the death. We're not in Gladiators. This is not the movie. So you guys, you don't have to catch this because this is like I say Nigeria. The lives of human beings are at stake. People are dying. People are being killed because of this war. I would say, I dare I say, needless war. So yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah, moving
All right.
on.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this day newspaper, we have Nigeria air travel growth stagnant in the last 10 years. People know they travel again. Next up, we have Tinubu, First Lady, arrive Windsor to meet King Charles and Queen Camilla. Those are the headlines from this day newspaper.
All right, on Daily Trust, and a lot of governors were there, you know.
I don't understand it. I don't
in my
understand
mind, I'm like, he went there, you know, for a visit to meet King Charles, you know, and all. So why do we have a troop of all of you going there?
Do you know what's interesting?
I'm just thinking.
They went to welcome him.
Yeah, so
welcome him to the UK. There are Nigerian governors and some of Nigerian political seat holders went there to welcome him. They didn't go as an entourage. No, they went after to welcome him. I just want to put that there. That we're not serious in this country. Anyway,
let's head on to Daily Trust. Nigeria agrees to receive offenders, failed asylum seekers from UK. Man loses 4 sons to Maiduguri expulsions. Oh,
that was really sad. And
yeah,
if you read on social media, there's an outrage with regards to the Maiduguri explosions, and the outrage has even increased because they're like, the president hasn't even addressed anything. The president decides to go on a state visit when we woke up on Monday morning to see that there was bomb blast anyway. Somebody described it as a deliberate suicide attack on human beings, and then you're going, you know, and then you went with the chief security officer as well, who's supposed to be the one staying back in Nigeria to make sure that we're still safe. So plus you, plus the chief security officer, plus every other person on your entourage, plus the governors that went to go and greet you in London. We've not seen anything. So if we've not seen anything, you know, there was one time that Emmanuel said that he's not surprised that the president has not gone anywhere. He would have been surprised if the president was going somewhere and then he has not gone. He said the president typically sends people to go and check those places. So I don't know. Even this one that you just read from the Daily Trust, Nigeria agrees to receive offenders, failed asylum seekers from the UK. I ask a very, very important question. My question is this. Is this the conversation that you're meant to be having with the UK? Or you must be having a conversation as to how our relationship can get better? Year in, year out, month in, month out, Nigerians get rejected at the visa, at the embassy. They get rejected, right? Year in, year out, month in, month out, we get rejected. What's the English? It takes a long time to even still become a British citizen. Like, it's just so much stuff, but it is that you want to deport people that you're doing an agreement for. Our priorities, I think it's someone that always says that our priorities are so misplaced, and it's just so sad.
I mean, it's a lot. It's just a lot. And let's not forget that as this visit is happening now, a lot of MOUs are going to be signed.
Yep.
Plenty of the ones who will read, the ones who will not read, they are going to be signed.
Yep.
But would they follow through to implementation? Will they follow through till probably all of these monies are released for this MOU? The monies might be released though, but are we going to see it happening? Shabina, me and you here don't read plenty MOUs where they sign here and there, here and there, here and there. Where you did? And I'll say telling you that for me, it's still me and you that will come back and say, but what happened to that MOU that was signed, blah, 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 so time. So, I mean, it's just a lot.
Interestingly, yesterday with Sumba, I read a headline that said NMPC returns, is it 3 billion naira to EFCC returns 3 billion naira, I think, to NMPC. And I said, Rose, oh, where are you? Oh, Rose, oh, where are you? This is what I was like, Rose doesn't like to see this kind of things because she just gets really upset that, okay, all this money that is just flying across, it never reach anybody's hand. Anyway, moving on to the Vanguard newspaper, fresh fears of higher petrol price as crude hits $114 per barrel. Also, we have Maiduguri bombings. Don't wait for attacks. Take what's them. That's what the Sultan tells the military. And we say it all the time. You say, oh, go there and go and catch them. Oh, do this. But one, I just say that to show your workings. It should be in exam. They'll say 2 + 2 + 8 + 3. Show your workings.
All right, heading on to Premium Time. CDS Army Chief visit Borno, order intensified offensive after recent attacks. So I remember before the president left, he said that CDS, Army chiefs, all of them should go to Borno and stay there until they sort all of this out. So hopefully we get to see that they get to the nick of, because at the end of the day, elections are just around the corner. I think somebody was saying, I can't remember who right now. I was reading from the news yesterday. Somebody was saying, no, that is because elections are around the corner. That's why you're already seeing bombings and all of that. I'm like, okay. If that's the case now, you push it out so that you have a peaceful election. If you truly want to have a peaceful one. So it's all about the political will to get all of this sorted. Honestly, it is. Another one says Nigerian government sued over deal to share citizens' health data with US.
Yeah, I like that one because why are you giving our data to the US? Anyway, the Nation newspaper, we have Tinubu meets Starmer in London, witnesses £746 million ports deal signing. Yay! Yay!
You know what I was saying earlier? I told you I know those things are going to be signed.
Yay!
A lot of MOs are going to be signed and money are going to be released.
Yeah.
But okay.
Governors, Atiku, senators rejoice with Muslims. Today is Eid el-Fitr.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're also rejoicing with our Muslim brothers and sisters.
Yes. In the month of Ramadan, we supported, by playing Ramadan messages and all of that. So we day for you. But this is not the Salah one, so we wait till the next one for us to get our.
It's still Salah, but it's small one.
Small one. When you ask your Muslim friends and they say this one is not what I miss now.
Yeah, that's what they.
We'll wait. Don't worry. We'll wait.
This one is not the big one. Don't worry. When the big one come now, you look for them. You don't see.
You not see them. They'll say they went to the village. They say they went to Ilorin. They went to the north for a party. For them not to give us meat.
All right. On the cable, FIFA mandates women's team to appoint at least one female coach. Yeah. Painful indictment of failed leadership. Obi knocks federal government over global terrorism ranking.
As well. Who is Obi? What party is Obi self?
Obi, we know that it's ADCO. Abi has not left the label. Maybe they run the two concurrently. but we know that when he was getting into ADC was saying that some members of the ADC saying that he had to go and start from the scratch, that who was going to give him presidential ticket, blah blah blah, and all of that. So there was just a lot going on as regards Obi joining the ADC. Back here in Labour, they are saying that Obi don't come out. So we know. So there's just a lot going on there. I'm just hoping that he's able to. And then just yesterday too, I was reading the headlines from one of the newspapers that Obi was saying that ADC would not give him presidential tickets. Yeah. So even the ADC themselves, I'm not sure they're well put together. I'm not sure they're well put together to be a formidable, opposition.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on there because there's so many of them that want to be presidents there.
Yeah.
So many of them.
That's where it is really. And unfortunately, that's it. Okay, moving on to Tribune newspaper. We have, is it Tribune? No. Daily Post, Maiduguri bombings. It's true. On CDS naming 2 states. So what this article was saying that was that the people that are bombing and killing are sometimes part of the villagers. They share like a collaboration or something like that. And I said, all this English that people are speaking, maybe people know them, go and carry them. That can't be so hard. Maybe I'm saying it too simplified. Who knows? Next up, we have Idel Fitri. Tinubu sends message to Nigeria's Muslims.
Yep. On the Tribune, electricity crisis, Adelabu breaks silence, says federal government taking decisive actions.
Wait, Rose, do you have lights?
Where I see the lights? Do you know I have to be where I stay, gone where I stay? Eh? The lights, I don't know what happened. The light just turned bad. Like it's not like transformer is bad though, but they will just refuse not to bring the lights. But in the same way, in our family house, those lights they did it. At least they try pass us. So I'm now wondering, is it that it's different?
So I think we were reading the headline. Was it last week that said that Genco's Huawei money? I think 16 trillion naira. So they've shut down 16 out of the 20-something plants. So that's why the light has gotten worse. So that headline you read that said, this one that you just read that says they're working on it. So I don't know if it's that they want to repay the money, but the money we're owing is a lot. But in the same line, remember that we read here that is it Benin Togo said they want to increase electricity.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what they're doing. That's it. This morning, 6 a.m., I reached to my status. I said, this cannot be normal. In the year of our Lord 2026. Big 2026 now.
All right, on Tribune, the last headline on Tribune, outrage over killings in Maiduguri expulsion.
Moving on to the last one today. Ben Pushin, female corps member dies from abortion procedures. Hey God, hey God, hey God. Police rescued 2, arrest 3 in in an institute in Ibadan, kidnapping. Okay, those are the headlines this morning. You want to do well to get you a copy, better still stick around with us as we slide right into tackling the ones that have caught our eye this morning. But before then, we're going to welcome our analyst. Hi, I almost said something, but hi, Adito, good morning.
Good morning. Thank God it's Friday.
And good, it's Friday.
Good morning.
And I hope we're enjoying the public holiday.
You may be enjoying the public holiday. You are working.
Well, I'm here. So probably after this, I will start the celebration. Yes.
We are working. Anyway, okay, let's get into it. Oh, I should say Happy Mother's Day to you.
Mwah! Happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Yes, we will say Happy Mother's Day to every single. Don't say that Sunday was Mother's Day. That won't concern you. Why in the Women's Month? So we're going to wish Happy Mother's Day. Okay. All right, let's go into it. I think I'm going to start with this one from the Vanguard newspaper. This is why go with Defense Minister Okonkwo faults Tinubu's UK visit amid insecurity. I mean, we talked about it earlier, Seth. Why go with so much people in the midst of like Nigeria is not, we're not okay, and we need to call a spade, right? On Monday, at least 23. Actually, that number has increased. We just don't know what number it is yet, but officially 23 people, leaving over 100 people injured. And Kenneth Okonkwo was saying that, look, what you're saying to the world is that you prefer to respect the blood of martyrs to riding on their blood and dancing on their graves in the United Kingdom. He said that the red carpet there is the blood of the martyrs that Tinubu is treading on. He should have cancelled it without equivocation. He also argued that cancelling the trip would have sent a powerful message to both Nigerians and the international community about the president's regard for the lives of his citizens and the sacrifices of the country's military. He also questioned why the Minister of Defense, Christopher Musa, accompanied the president to London while the Vice President Shatima was simultaneously attending the inauguration of Anambra State's Governor Soludo. So he says, why go with your Minister of Defense? Why would the Vice President be celebrating in Anambra? He said, I can't believe it. Like so many things happening all at the same time. But I'm going to let you go get into it. Before you go ahead, we are live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website, www.wfm917.com. The phone lines will be open shortly, but you can send your text messages to 0703 1756 537 or 08155 917 917. Yes, please take it away, our analysts.
Yes. Looking at the headlines, I wasn't surprised, really, even with the numbers of entourage you mentioned earlier, governors, ministers, and all that. I see this trend over and over again with our public office holders, especially the president. Just as Rose was trying to emphasize that they left Nigeria and they went to the UK to welcome the president and left their duty posts here in Nigeria. Anything could have happened, in the course of their traveling. Even if we want to say that probably they've scheduled the visit, but the thing is that the lives of Nigerian citizens should be a priority for any public office holder. And the reason why this is always trending, or probably in the last couple of years, our entrance into democracy, most of our presidents, they are always out of the country when we have, lots of these volatile situations happening in the country. Yeah, I remember during the Chibok girls kidnapped? You remember our former president then wasn't even available. I remember also late President Muhammad Buhari, had a bit of that too during some time when we had some attacks, and it wasn't in Nigeria. I also remember, the fact that even if you look at the past administrations, presidents, let me start with former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who had also always been, traveling up and down. So it seems as if we have this trend with our president. And you wonder, why is it that when they are out of the country, that's when you have these volatile situations or scenarios coming up? It's really sad, because we are talking about the lives of citizens of this country. I was listening to, I think someone was saying that, they should have put all this traveling on hold to make it look to other nations or to other countries that citizens' lives are very vital and it's a top priority for them. That's why I mentioned that probably they've scheduled it. But the part where you have the chief security advisor out with them, and some key, stakeholders in government who would have at least gone ahead to oversee what was going on, is that worrisome part for me. It's not that usually you have presidents traveling with entourage, but when you have government officials leaving their duty posts just because they want to go and welcome the president in another country, I don't think King Charles will leave the UK when UK is going to be on fire. Not talk less of carrying such lots of people or telling people to leave their duty posts to follow him or to go and welcome him. And that shows the kind of orientations that we have in leadership. It's really sad that, the way we think it as Nigerians, even as leaders, is really sad. Because I was just looking at the report and I was saying to myself that, is it because they don't have their family members involved in these things? Is that the reason why they feel so relaxed, so comfortable? And even when you want to say that, even where the president is out of the country, there should be someone, at least in next hierarchy to the president, who would oversee. We are not saying that everything that happens, the president should be there, but he has people working with him who can actually represent him at such instances. Why do we have to have all of them, major people that are supposed to be on ground, travel? For what purpose? And that is our tax money. They are using our tax money for this. And it is also, you will notice that with all the presidents that we've had, there are times when they just decide they want to take lots of people on entourage to travel to a country. Britain is not strange to us. For God's sake, they colonized us. So why do we need such lots of people just because Tinubu is visiting President Charles or King Charles? Why do we need lots of people? Why have they left their duty posts? I like the fact that the person said, oh, the blood of these people is crying, even if it is due to carelessness, even if it's due to nonchalant attitude of some people who decide to sabotage whatever we have in Nigeria. The part of empathy should still take its place, because we are dealing with human lives. We are talking about the lives of citizens of this country. And I found out also that even though one wants to say that, oh, most of these trips, they're actually for to attract foreign investment and all that. But you find out that majority of times, this has little impact on domestic security and economic stability. You leave your house burning and you are seeking foreign investment. Where is that foreign investment going to come in when your house is on fire already? We are the stakeholders. We are the key people that should represent the president when he's not around. And that's why at times when we notice at some point, when we find some of our president or past presidents out of the country, people start wondering, where is so person? Why is our president not around when the house is on fire? I just feel that most of our public office holders should look for a meeting point, even if they want to travel. You don't take such lots of people, with you to say, oh, because you want to attract foreign investment, then such people should follow you. Even if they will, at least let's see some urgency, some kind of empathy from you as a leader. Let people feel your impact, that even though you are not around, there are people that can take up. So if the president did not give a directive that the service chief should relocate to that particular area, I would say that they will sit in their comfort zone, because that's what we've noticed that is being done. They prefer to sit in their comfort zone rather than visiting those places. It's really sad, because we are talking about the lives of people, and that's why I'm really worried about the kind of leaders that we have. Let's have a bit of empathy in every situation, even if it is by human error or for whatever means. And I don't see that in most of our leaders. And, as you mentioned, the representative of the spokesperson, of the ADC said that what impression are we giving to those countries outside Nigeria? What impression are we giving them? Are we saying that all these foreign trips are more important than the lives of citizens that we are also supposed to place as a priority? So I really feel that there is need for our leaders to, really think when they want to put priorities in place. If you have scheduled that visit, there's nothing stopping you from going, fine, because you don't want to disrupt the arrangement of the person you are going to meet in another country. Yes, because your integrity also matters. But then if you are going, let's have key people, to represent you when we have issues in the country. I remember there was a time when we had former late President Muhammadu Buhari, on sick leave at some time. We had the vice president take over, and things were really sorted out back home. So I feel that you can't just have everybody out of the country, leaving just the country where you are supposed to govern just like that. So we are governance for how many days, and things are already happening. And don't forget that these perpetrators of this crime, they also target when most of those that are key, decision makers are not in the country, to make it look like high-profile crimes. So I feel that they should also consider some of these things, look for a meeting point on how they can balance issues. We are not saying don't go for your trips or look for investments in other countries, but also make sure that your home here is also safe before you leave, or put, reputable people in charge. Why I saw in the video, I saw some of the governors, and I was wondering, what is their business with what is going on in the UK? If they want to sign contract, they can plan their own trip at their own convenience, not necessarily when President Tinubu is going there. It's really sad. It's really sad. We should begin to put some things as priority, especially as it deals with citizens of Nigeria, where they are supposed actually to govern over.
And Adeton, just to add to that, and then we have the vice president who is going to Anambra to go and say, hey, congratulations, and he's doing this. The vice president himself should not also even be in, what do you call it? Should even also be in Maiduguri. So
Even
probably now, if not because of one thing, maybe the vice president would have been in UK.
Of
Who
course.
knows?
Yes, now. But
Of course, definitely he would have been there. But even if he's in Nigeria, you are telling me now that what he thought is that the inauguration of whatever that he went for is more important than what happened, right here in Nigeria. Couldn't he have even taken an excuse to say, I need to attend this? It's more like I feel so bad because I'm wondering. And that's why I said, even if he didn't go with the president, he's also in Nigeria, in another state, and something like that happened. You will expect, a proactive, action from him. Oh, let me quickly go and check on those people. Because the fact is this, whether you are a president, vice president, or, others coming after them, or even you are a governor, the people's concern should be a priority for you.
Absolutely.
You have taken that baton of leadership and you must do it right. It is your responsibility. If you know that you are not going to function effectively in protecting the lives of people or having that little empathy, then you have failed as a political or office holder.
I think even for me, it is the lack of sensitivity even from Soludo, because your fellow governor. You know what? Let me take that back, because I can take your fellow governor, but then even the governor of the states. So if it's like if something happens to somebody that I know now, maybe I will go there and be like, oh my gosh, take her to don't worry, better is coming. But if the person I want to even go and comfort is not even someone that looks like they need to be comforted, why would I go? It's like, oh, it'll be fine, it'll be okay. And I think that's and that links to why we have such a disjointed nation, so to speak, because we're not all coming collectively for the good of Nigeria. Everybody is minding their business, everybody's minding their state, everybody's minding their house. Is why you walk on the streets of Lagos and then maybe you're seeing that somebody is being beaten and you stand and you're watching, or you carry your phone and be recording. Is why you see something happening and maybe somebody's going through domestic violence, somebody is being sexually assaulted. You don't get involved to say, stop it, because it starts from the top. And I cannot overemphasize the fact that I say that I don't think that our government has us. I believe strongly that our government doesn't have us in mind, because all the actions that they show, all their actions show that they don't have us in mind. We don't get assurances. Oh, it go better. Oh, it go better. I was teasing Sumbo yesterday. And I said Emmanuel talks about assurances a lot, and I agree. Like, why can't you assure me? And Sumbo, Sumbo is very, very this franchise. Like, she's just like, I beg this country, please, right? But she was just like, what's he assuring you for? That was her question. Like, what do you think that you actually matter in the large scheme of things? And we see this at play, because ideally, if something is happening in state A, state B should come, put their hands together. But they've already seen that the president's gone said he has gone away to take pictures in London. I don't know. It's just so bothersome.
Which one is me to take pictures in London?
To take pictures in London.
It's the only pictures you have been seen up and down. Have you not been seeing some signings going on?
But they went to
and have you not seen King Charles also speaking Yoruba?
Oh, they went to Turkey. Which month?
Sorry.
That was same thing now. Is it not to sign letter? Is it not to sign agreement? Anybody can sign agreements now, and that's what is so sad. Because like Kenneth Okonkwo rightly said, if they had said, you know what, we need to sort out the things that are going on in Nigeria, every other country would have understood, and it would have signaled to us as Nigerians that, oh, yeah, we really care. It's so interesting how people keep on citing, what's her name, Patience, that bad as the bad. Patience don't come out, so she don't come cry. They've taken our girls. So what's going on? We just, and I'm not even trying to mock her. I'm saying that you see some form of compassion, from the mother of the nation, as they say. I don't really know what mother of the nation is, but you see a form of concern and compassion, and you feel better. It's like if you're a mom or you're someone who takes care of people, if somebody is injured, you be like, hey, pele. That person feels like, somebody cares about me. Can any Nigerian come out and say, I think that Nigeria cares about me. I think that my president cares about me. Unfortunately, this is not Adeyemi, because I would have gone toe-to-toe with him, because he would have said yes. And I'm like, guy, no. but we cannot outrightly say that this nation cares about Nigerians. Fuel price is going to go up again, and nobody's addressing what's going to happen. Instead, I think last week the assembly said, House of Assembly said, it will go up, or square your shoulder, tighten your belt. Like, is that something that should come out from the government? I'm trying to hold myself. Yes, please.
You see, on the electricity issue, I think we spoke a bit about it last week. And one of the things that I was particular about when I saw the report was the fact that if the war didn't start, we wouldn't know that we are owing some, what is it called now? Association of Power, is it gas, whatever now? We wouldn't know that we have such debts on ground.
Yep.
And so that actually opened up a lot of mess. That's one. Then secondly, we are an oil producing country, for God's sake. We are giving oil to other countries, and yet we are still suffering this same crude oil that is meant to be refined in Nigeria, and yet we are going through this. Electricity is not, whether it has paralyzed totally, I don't even know. Because I'm wondering, at some point when I look around, I'm like, national grid has happened again. Because you everywhere is just in total blackout, and you are wondering, for a country that owns crude oil, and we are suffering this way, and nothing has been done. At least I can remember since 1999, something should have been done. Refineries were launched or opened, and yet we are still talking about, it's remaining 4 out of 33 refineries. Where is the remaining 4? What are they? Where are they? Are they functioning? We still have stories behind that. And we've not gotten any headway as per electricity in Nigeria, not talk of even fuel. It's really sad. It's really sad. And so if they have something good to say, that is our leaders in the House of Reps and Senate, they should have said, just hold on. I like the fact that the Adedibu is coming out to sort of, give us words of encouragement. The government is doing this. But we don't want words alone. We want to see the results. We want to start seeing action from the government that would relieve a lot of all these inconveniences coming with this lack of power supply and all that. And it's affecting gas also, And you might say that, because we are too dependent on this or dependent on this one. But these are resources, natural resources that we have in Nigeria that we have to make do with. So why are we still struggling in making it available for Nigerians? And that's also to show you that our leaders need to pay attention to the yearnings of the people, because really that's the reason why they are there. That's the reason why you are governing people. When people feel the harshness of the economy, they will come for you as government office holders. So they really need to, put in a lot of effort, a lot more of effort, so that at least we can have something to say. And it's not just about the election or renewing whatever agenda they have for 2027 election. Because if this situation does not get better, I would wish that nobody goes out to vote in 2027. That's the fact. Yes, that's the fact. And we lose them out because they have not really delivered democracy to us.
It is well. It is well. Right about now, it is 8 minutes after 8. You're still tuned to Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women. Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. This is the Daily News Review program. Our analyst, that's the voice you just heard now, Adetoun, is here, saying that she said people should not vote if Nigeria doesn't turn around. Rose is here as well, and I am here myself. For me, I am here as well. The phone lines are now open: 07000-917-917 or 9155-917-917. You can call our toll-free line 0800-1235-917. You can text or WhatsApp us on 08155-917-917 or 0703-1756-537. Let's check if we have some messages this morning. Everybody they do leave, so nobody's like, people are just chilling. Like, Nigeria's issues will sort themselves out after Monday. We go again. Well, last week Monday's a holiday. Echo Aduno in the studio, and congratulations to all Muslims across the world for starting and ending of Ramadan. I pray Almighty Allah will answer all our prayers for the country and for the individuals On increase in fuel price, what stops the state governor from building modular refinery for the state with the state internal revenue generation? With the state internal revenue generation will grow, and the same state can have high capacity buses, which can be used for transportation for the people of the state. To me, we don't need to blame the government for everything, the federal government for everything. From my own observation, most of our leaders don't think deeply for the need of their people. That is from Adeshino Wasiu Ikorodu. Thank you so much for this message. I do agree with you that most of the things that we say with the federal government. But as the state government is not doing its own call, I think what you're trying to say is that we should be intentional about asking our state government. And I remember that Emmanuel used to say this a lot, that do you know your local government chairman is not everything that the federal government is supposed to do. There are things, money has been allocated to the state and to the local government. So why are we asking the federal government? That's a good point. He also says, where can we build modular refinery? Me, I don't know. I will leave Adetun to answer that one, because that one is above my head. Adetun, should we build?
The ones we have we been able to manage it before building another one? And then in the next few years now, you hear stories about it that, the one they launched, so it's no longer functioning. I think we should try as much as possible to manage what we have at the moment, because it just shows that we are the one producing this. We have these natural resources, and the best way would have been probably to involve countries that have more knowledge about this. I always make reference to Dubai, what they've been able to make use of, the little oil that they have for the next how many years. They've been able to plan, and they put some things in place. So they are not totally dependent on the little oil that they have. They've been able to turn that place around to, a tourist attraction that where anywhere in the world, you want to go to Dubai, you want to spend some time there. And it just shows that they are really, I'm trying to look for the word, they are strategic in their thinking. They know they have this little oil, but they've been able to plan alternatively for something else that could generate revenue. If Nigeria is not totally dependent on oil, even though we have it, there are other sectors that Nigeria can actually put in a lot more effort into, and then we begin to see results. But the problem is that countries are wondering, if we have the oil here and we cannot manage it, if we have the oil here, we cannot, turn it around. I think in one of the headlines I saw where a particular, I can't remember the country now, but I think it's one of the African countries, whether Cameroon or not, or something, I can't remember, that we're saying, they're asking us for electricity, they're asking us for, I'm like, even those of us here, we are still, trying to get this, and you want us to supply, so we should be in darkness. I was just like, for me, I just felt, can you imagine? We own it, or we are not even enjoying it, and yet we are supplying other countries, and those countries are demanding that we should supply to them. So it's because they are wondering. I'm sure they are like, if we had this oil in our country, we would have done better than Nigeria, and that's just the simple truth. So I feel that we are not managing these natural resources that we have properly, and that's, for me, it's really sad. We have it, we have the crude oil. Do you know what it means to have crude oil in your country? Even those countries that don't have it, like Dubai, they've been able to, turn some things around. No, we can do better as Nigerians. I think the government should really, go back, and think about this. They will say agriculture is there, but even the agriculture, we are still trying to get it right. But for crude oil, we are so blessed in this country. It's just for us to really think and manage what we have properly.
I think we have a call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
All you said, I believe. Okay. You start thinking about this country, so you get the idea of it. You know that we are because of our own problem. Our leaders are corrupt. We, the followers, are corrupt. Nobody wants what work in another country cannot work in Nigeria
Mhm.
because of an weakness and an evil. If this America are going to do this, what do they have? What do they have? Do you know why all those countries are running to this within China? Because of what have been important. And we are not utilizing it. We are suffering the next complaint because of corruption. The worst thing, none of us complain, majority of complainers, to them there. You know, this way to Nigeria now, they are once in a position. We don't value human life. We don't love our country. Africa, Nigeria, we are looking at. Because depend on us. Look at now, so much people are fighting. How do we expect God to hear our prayer? Do we have praying one another? Tell us, all of us, in our profession, in our little place, how many of us are doing the right thing in the fear of God? Then how do you want Nigeria to get better? You're talking about Dubai. Dubai is like what you have. You can't do that because of corruption. How do you want Nigeria to get better? Until each one of us, anywhere we are, in our little place, we do the right thing in the fear of God. Nigeria was not like this before. We do the act of parents, some of that are advanced. Naira was higher than $1. What are you going to America or British to do? But to do because Nigerians are free in fast market. They're going to give them this of 6 months. It's supposed to be so. We also should turn Nigeria around by living to do, by always doing the right thing. If we learn to do the right thing, Nigeria, but we are praying doing the right thing. God is not going to hear our prayer. If we do this and pray, God will hear our prayer. And God says, don't cross that verse 40. And if Nigeria will tackle that, can tumble ourselves and pray and see God and talk from our wicked way and say the time. Not not going to. God has thought about our prayer because we are not living right. When we make God happy, God is happy and do right, God will hear our prayer, God will heal our land. We learn to do right. Nigeria was not like this. I think Nigeria will be great today. People learn to do that. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Amen. Oh, thank you, Evangelist Dixon. It is well with our country. Okay, let's see. Excuse me. If we can tackle the next one. Rose, do you want to take anyone?
Oh yeah. I just want us to talk about I know Aditone has touched it a bit, but let's look at the electricity, crisis and what Adelabu is saying about it. So saying come out and give a message. Anyway, so this is coming from the Nigerian Tribune and it says electricity crisis, Adelabu breaks silence. It says federal government taking decisive actions. So he comes out and he's saying that, in his goodwill message, all right, that's Adelabu's message for Eid al-Fitr that he gave. He says that, the government is taking decisive action as regards to electricity. And as it is, he's saying that there's not enough gas, supply, to keep up with the electricity supply that we should be having. So he's coming out to say, oh yes, the Tinubu-led administration, is doing all it can to ensure more reliable and sustainable electricity for home businesses, industries, and so on. And he's going on to, just reaffirm what the president is doing for us or what the president is going to do. So my own issue with this is that, okay, yes, you have come out to tell us that, okay, that the president, the government is doing what it can do as regards to electricity, but you're not breaking it down for us to see what is actually being done. You're just making it look, holistic. Oh, it's doing something. What exactly is it doing? So that we can even be able to follow up, so that we can be able to ask questions, and so that we could maybe, to an extent, have hope that this is going to end. But when you come out, you say, the government is doing the government is doing all it can, to see that electricity is one. Like Fumi said, in the year 2026, we're still battling electricity. Like nothing is actually working right. Okay? I mean, is it health you're talking about? Is strike here and there today, tomorrow strike. Next tomorrow is one thing. Are we talking about education? That we were seeing nursery school children in dilapidated building. Just yesterday, Fumi and I were talking about it on her lens. So which particular, is it our roads? Is it Lagos Ibadan Expressway that every 2 market days they are going there to go and repair it? Or they are diverting people up and down? Or is it Third Mainland Bridge that they're busy? So I mean, There are a lot of things that are not working. So when you come out, you're saying, oh, the government, so it just sounds like an everyday English to us. That anybody that hears now will just do yimu, just not gonna talk, they go. Because there's no trust in what you're saying. There's not. So for your mind now, you're coming out to tell people that, oh, don't lose hope, don't lose hope, something is being done, something is, but what exactly is being done?
Mm-hmm.
Can't you just lay it out for us? Let us just see it. So that all of the civil society organizations that we have, all the people, also the stakeholders in this can actually, follow it line by line and see that, okay, yes, you said this is going to be done, this is going to be done. So that we can know that, okay, number one has been done already. Number two has been done already out of 5 items. So that we'll start having hope that this is done. But this one just looks like a holistic statement and, just something to, let us just give them something to hold on to. And then tomorrow you'll still be hearing the same thing. Oh, don't worry, it's going to be worked on. Don't worry, it's going to be worked on. Don't worry. He's saying that we take pride in the strides being made under President Tinubu's leadership. Okay, what are the strides being made as regards electricity? That's just what we want to see. So I don't know, Adeton, can we just probably look at this? Our time is fast spent already. But let's just quickly look at this and let's hear your thoughts as regards this. Because as for me, if you're coming out to say that, the federal government is taking decisive, what are the decisive steps? Can we know? If you're saying that Nigeria's power sector is facing imminent collapse as gas suppliers have reduced the amount they supply to the terminal power plants across the country, what is the plan B? What is in place? And if we're here supplying like to other people who have steady electricity, then what is now going on? That they're even asking for more. Oh God.
Well, in the reports, where I want to add one thing. He said, including his recent engagement, that's talking about the president in the United Kingdom, which promised significant gains in investment, bilateral relations, and economic cooperation. I didn't see anything as regards power. And so what it means really is that this message should have been the totality of what we are facing currently in the country, and then telling us the solutions, the way forward. For example, if we are owing some gas companies money, what are the plans to ensure that the government, they're able to settle the debt so that at least we can also make use of gas during this time? I also feel that where he said gradual improvement will significantly enhance power supply in the near future. We don't need to wait till the near future. In as much as Nigerians want to be very optimistic, we are talking about the solution for now. So I feel that there should have been, for now, at the moment, once we pay those gas people we are owing, these are the things that the government will do to increase, power generation. What else? Okay, that, don't worry, the fuel price or whatever that is affecting, because right now, it also means that people now have to depend on fuel for their generators when power is not, really that stable. So they are going through two inconveniences simultaneously. There's no power generation, electricity. They have to go to fuel to go and buy fuel, and of course, fuel price has increased, as we know. And so we would have expected that in this message there would have been something pointing to, this is what we have arrived at. This is the solution for this period of time. Fumi said something concerning what is happening in during the war countries, that they blew up the fuel, or what is it now? The
gas plant in Qatar.
The gas plant, yes. So if, let's assume, God forbid, something happens and our national grid should collapse, what will happen? What would government do? At that point, is there something like an emergency that they can revert to and say, with this, let's quickly switch over? Just like when there's no NEPA or electricity, you quickly switch over to your gen. Because we are depending largely on our hydro electric supply, right? So we are also being careful with those dams that are supplying electricity to us. If anything should happen, Not even about the fuel now. We already know that the fuel issue is there and it's affecting other countries too. And so, yes, the price is going up. But can you imagine if we are only dependent on electricity or something happens totally to hydroelectric supply? What would Nigeria do in the interim to say, let us even try and solve this problem? So these are things that I feel that Adelabu and his team should be thinking about. If war did not happen, the whole world would not be crying. There would have been an alternative solution to some things. If Nigeria is not doing that, even though we own crude oil, I think it's time we begin to do that. Let's have something as an alternative, even if we know that we own the oil, in case if anything happens. And I feel that's the way a country that is responsible for its people, that's the same way they should be thinking. There should be an alternative. There should be something in the interim that will make your people feel that, oh, this message is actually coming at the right time, not just with encouragement of words, but that they've made plans, they have some things in place. I feel that that is the way we should be thinking as a country. And there's a lot more to be done with all our refineries and the gas people we are owing. We should try as much as possible to make life a bit comfortable, at least for Nigerians. We are celebrating Salah, even though we say it's the small Salah, but it's Salah. But I feel that some people can, celebrate even with the mood of the light, with electricity. We can't be celebrating in darkness. So at times your mood could also change when there's enough electricity around you. The vibe will also be high. We are talking about, thank God it's Friday. If there's darkness, nobody will be smiling. So I feel that we should have some plan ahead, just like Dubai have. So that when anything happens, not just in Nigeria but even all over the world, we have something that we can fall back on, at least to come in to solve some issues.
Well said, well said, well said. Thank you so much, Adeton, for coming on the program today, for giving us 1 hour out of your Salah holiday. Excuse me.
Thank you.
We truly appreciate it. Okay. With that being said, we've come to the end of the newspaper, the Daily News Review program this morning and for this week. Go out there, enjoy yourself with safety. Don't do what will cause problem for you. Okay. Once again, thank you to our analysts this morning. Enjoy your weekend. At 9 o'clock, we have the news. 9:05 is her lens with Rose. I'm not coming. You have to beg me to come and meet you.
Try yourself.
You have to beg me to come and meet you. But yeah, 9:05 is her lens with myself and Rose. See you then. Again, enjoy the weekend. Be wise, be safe out there. My name is Ruby Bazala.
My name is Rose Yusuf Kaisar. Do want to stay with us right here on Women Radio.